Hey guys, it's Mackenzie. Today I'm switching things up from my usual, so I will not be sharing a thrift haul today. I will, however, be giving some information on my experience with a service called ThredUp LUXE. So if you're unfamiliar with ThredUp, it's basically an online thrift store where they showcase popular everyday brands like Free People, Anthropologie, etc. And their Luxe, ThredUp LUXE service is basically a step above that. So it's designer labels. They do have a directory, which back in April I logged onto. I browsed the directory and I saw that I had multiple items within their designer directory that were either listed in my Poshmark closet and were not receiving the attention that I wanted, or my items were unlisted and just kind of hanging out and were not obviously receiving any attention from anyone. So I was excited to find an avenue to send the items to get them some exposure. So today I'm going to talk about my experience. I sent a box off back in April, and everything that I sent in has either sold or it's about to run out of its time on the website, or the items that were rejected have been sent back to me. So everything is kind of a done deal at this point. So I wanted to go ahead and make a review video of my first experience with ThredUp LUXE. So throughout this video, I'm going to first off give a timeline of everything that happened. Basically, you know, when the box was processed, received, etc. And then I will review the actual 10 items that I sent in. So what they sold for, if I was happy with the price that they sold for, things like that. And obviously I will give some general information throughout the process. And then at the end of the video, I will show you guys what I'm sending in for my box number 2. So obviously I'm sending in a second box. I was super pleased with my entire experience, the customer service, the commission that I received, basically everything. My expectations actually were exceeded, not just met. So let's go ahead and get started with the video. So on April 17th, I packed up a box of 10 items to send in to ThredUp LUXE, and I shipped same day. So April 17th, the box was packed and shipped. On May 1st, the box was received by ThredUp. So it took 2 weeks after I shipped for the box to get there and be received. I received an email that day saying that the expected process date would be May 11th. And just a side note, the LUXE label automatically qualifies your box for expedited processing, which basically means that as opposed to the regular ThredUp service, like if you were to send in labels like Free People, Anthropologie, using their regular standard ThredUp label, you can expect the processing time to be up to 3 months, which is obviously a long time compared to my box took 1 week to process. So that's obviously a huge difference. And the nice thing about the LUXE label is you can send in non-LUXE items with your luxury brands. So the pamphlet that they send you with the shipping label tells you that you can send in items or brands from Gap to Gucci. So that was awesome. And that's also really good to know if you have, 15 standard items and you have like 2 LUXE items. Go ahead and lump them all together and send them in. You will have an expedited processing time, which is super worth it. So 2 weeks to be received, and then it took 1 week to be processed after the box had been received. So that was lightning fast. I mentioned I sent in a total of 10 items. 2 items were accepted up front. So I was paid up front for the 2 items. 6 items were accepted on consignment, and then 2 items were rejected. So I'm going to go ahead and go over the 2 rejected items. ThredUp LUXE does not accept men's items, items without size tags or labels, and items with pilling or fading. So it's going to automatically reject any of those items. And obviously the unaccepted items will be sent back to you for free the same day that the box is processed. So my 2 items that were rejected were actually both on the designer list. They were, number 1, a Derek Lamb silk tank blouse, and number 2, a pair of Joseph trousers. So I don't know the exact reason that they were rejected. They did not have any notable wear that I saw. The size tags were all there. I think they mentioned something about seasonality, but I can't say for sure why they were rejected. But I was totally fine with that. They were sent back to me in the exact same condition I sent them in, which was all I cared about. May 9th, unaccepted items were shipped back to me. May 15th, my first item on consignment sold. So it took 6 days for my first consignment item to sell, which I thought was great. It was a New with Tags red Valentino dress. So I sent in, like I mentioned, a total of 10 items. Only 3 of those items did I really have any type of expectation for, because they were all New with Tags designer dresses. Everything else was just kind of icing on the cake if it were to sell. So that's just kind of a side note. So like I said, my first item to sell took 6 days, a New with Tags red Valentino dress. I paid at the thrift store $15 for this dress. It sold on ThredUp for $112.99. So my payout percentage, which was based on a payout scale that they have on their website. So I can't tell you the exact percentage that you'll be paid out for each item because I don't know. It's determined via their payout scale, which you can find on their website. But for this specific dress, because it was priced at $112.99, my commission was 65%, which means I made $73.45 from the dress, which I was 100% happy with for this dress. It sold very quickly. I had it on Posh down to like $75 as a listing price, which meant my commission would have been around $60. So with a commission of $73, I was very pleased with that. My second item to sell sold on May 19th, which was 10 days after the box had been processed. It was a New with Tags Max Mara cocktail dress. So this was very, very exciting. I paid at the thrift store $6.56. It sold on ThredUp for $524.99. So obviously that's insane. It only took 10 days to sell for that amount of money, which I just do not feel could have happened, or obviously it could have. It was possible for it to happen on Poshmark or eBay, but you know, it's just kind of unheard of, in my opinion, for it to sell in 10 days for that amount of money. And the payout percentage, because it was over $500, was 90%. Which is 10% more than Poshmark's payout. So Poshmark will pay out 80%. I made 90% commission on this dress, which was fantastic. Which meant my payout was $472.50. So even with my cost that I spent on the dress, I made over $450 on this one dress alone. So after that happened, basically I was like, okay, this is a done deal. I'm 100% satisfied with like anything that could have happened with this box. But on May 31st, my third item sold, and this was a New with Tags Kenzo Paris dress. So this took a little over 3 weeks to sell. I paid at the thrift store $10, and it sold on ThredUp for $270.99. So with this listing price, my payout percentage was 80%, which is the exact same payout percentage as Poshmark. So it's basically like, you know, I made the same commission that I would have if it were to have sold on Poshmark. So my payout was $216.80. So for this dress, I made a commission of over $200. Obviously with my cost of goods factored in, which is like insane. I was super happy with this as well. It only took a little over 3 weeks to sell. So everything, you know, these 3 designer dresses that sat in my Poshmark closet, they did get a little bit of attention, a few likes here and there, no serious offers. They all 3 sold in under 3 weeks, which was like fantastic to me, almost mind-blowing to say. And it also made me super excited to have the possibility to have a, you know, avenue to send some higher end items in and have them sell quickly, things like that. So my 4th item to sell was a BCBG Max Osria dress. I paid $2 at my local outlet store, so I really had no expectation for this. Like I said, everything after the 3 designer dresses was, you know, just kind of extra. It sold for $40. My payout was $18. And then I did have 2 more items that were accepted on consignment, a Mayette skirt and a pair of Escada wool trousers. So these 2 items are actually still listed on the website, but they only have 2 weeks left, or less than 2 weeks active on the site. So I will be requesting that they are sent back to me, just because I'm okay with listing them in my Poshmark closet and waiting for the right buyer. So obviously those will be sent back to me with free shipping, with, you know, no inconvenience to me at all. And the 2 items that were accepted up front were, number 1, a Sandro pullover sweater, and number 2, a Marc by Marc Jacobs casual dress. And they paid me $38.60. So overall, my experience obviously was amazing. I loved, you know, everything from the customer service to, you know, everything was just awesome with ThredUp LUXE. The money that the commission takes 2 weeks to be, I guess, dispensed into your balance, and then you can redeem it via PayPal, or you can also request like a debit card, temporary debit card that you can use. Those are the 2 avenues of cashing out. And just to recap, I sent in 10 items, 8 were accepted. It took 2 weeks after shipping for the box to be received, 1 week to process. It took 3 weeks for all 3 designer items to be sold, and my total earned for all items was $819.35. My initial investment for everything was around $50. So that was awesome. Okay, so that's everything that I wanted to say regarding my first box that I sent in. If you guys have any kind of questions, please feel free to leave them down in the comments, and I will do my best to answer them, you know, with my experience. So now I'm going to show you guys what I will be sending in for round 2. Okay, so these first items are actually all on their designer brand list to send in. So first off, we have a Max Mara, which is the same brand of the dress that sold for over $500. So I was really excited to find this at the thrift store. It's just 100% linen cardigan. And second is an APC dress. It's just a tiered ruffle dress. It's really nice. Third item, another dress, is Anna Sui, new at tags. This dress is listed in my Poshmark closet currently for like $175. I think ThredUp LUXE will list it for higher than that. That's another thing to note, is that if they list it for a price that you think is too low, you can immediately go into the system and increase the price, or you can lower it if you if it isn't selling. You have total control of what the listing price is. So this is really nice. Next up is a Skandar vest, which if you're not familiar with this brand, I highly suggest that you research it. The retail price is very expensive. I believe this basic linen vest retailed for close to $600. It's sold at places like Neiman Marcus. This is an Acris Punto jacket. It's a wool cropped coat. It has like a textured design, very boxy, really cute. Another Acris Punto piece. This one is a size 16. It's just a really nice, heavy, thick jacket. Just a basic piece to throw on, so this one should do really well. Another dress. This is Miu Miu. It's just a really nice spaghetti strap dress. Some lace trim, really cute. And then next up, these items are not on the designer list, but I want to go ahead and send them in just because they've been sitting in my Poshmark closet or they're unlisted. Basically, I just kind of want to get rid of them. This first dress, you may remember if you watched my Plato's Closet thrift haul. It just has been sitting, and it does have a retail value of over $400, so it is kind of a higher end piece. So I think the exposure will do it well on ThredUp LUXE. It has the lamb leather T strap in back. This was also from my Plato's Closet thrift haul, Rebecca Taylor. It's just a lace overlay shift dress. So I want to go ahead and send that in. This is a T by Alexander Wang cardigan. I've had this listed in my closet for like 6 months. I haven't had any serious offers on it, so yes. Zadig and Voltaire. This is a cute cardigan. It has like the Swiss dot up top and an embroidered scallop trim. That sweater originally sold for like $3.95 or something. Same for this dress. I believe this dress sold for like $2.90 maybe retail. It was close to $300 as well. It's got embroidered trim. The brand is Margaret O'Leary, which is a very high quality brand. If you ever see it, I suggest you pick it up. And lastly, we have an Escada blazer. This is like a boyfriend fit. It has a nice crest on the chest pocket. It's a really nice piece. So that's it for my video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope it was helpful. If you have any other questions, like I said, please feel free to leave them down below. I will do my best to answer them. Thanks for watching, and please tune in to my next video. Bye guys!